Hi dear students, welcome back to the class. Last video we discussed about habitat and environment. What is this habitat? Initial environment of an organism which lives and grows, that is what habitat. And what is that environment? What we discussed about environment? Biological conditions in which the living organism live and with which it interact. That is what environment. Yes. And also a few things we discussed about what that different factors, that is abiotic factors of an organism of a habitat, that you know that first one we discussed about what climatic factors, second edaphic factors, and third one that is topographic factors or physiographic factors. Okay, so today we are going to discussing about the new topic, that's a microhabitat. What? Microhabitat. You know already about this habitat definition. So what is this microhabitat? Micro means small, you know sir. Micro means what? Small. So usually a habitat is a large area within which there may be many small unit. That is called what? Microhabitat. So the smaller unit, that is called what? Microhabitat. Okay. You know about the habitat, that means in forest habitat, that is bigger in case of that animal's case. Large area, no? That is covered, large area. And depending upon the plants stands covered a small area. Different habitat having different biotic and abiotic components are there. So you know that in case plants and animals that present in the bottom of the sea quite different from those who are in surface. Those who are in the surface of water. Okay. So see here, this habitat you know that in a forest, depending upon the forest, means in case of tiger. Okay. Tiger having what? That's a large habitat. Okay. That means wide area it's covered. And in case of silkworm, the silkworm that lives in where the leaves, that is mulberry tree. Okay, so tiger having what? Large area is covered, so that is a word large, that means bigger habitat. Okay, and in case of our silkworm, that lives only where the leaf of mulberry tree. Okay, leaf of a mulberry tree. So that is what, that's very less area is covered, that, so that is what microhabitat. What is it? Microhabitat. So what is microhabitat? Microhabitat is a smaller area that is covered an organism, that is what microhabitat. Is it clear? Microhabitat. Okay. Now we are going to discussing the another topic or types of habitat. Types of habitat. Okay. You know that basically the entire world may be divided into three spheres. Okay. What is it? The first one, atmosphere. What? Atmosphere, that means what? That includes air, no? Air. And second one, lithosphere. Lithosphere, that's what? Land. And third one, hydrosphere. Hydrosphere, that is water. Okay, so see, in our entire world, that is divided, maybe divided into three spheres, that is what? Atmosphere, lithosphere and hydrosphere. Okay, atmosphere means what? That includes the air, and lithosphere that includes what? Land, and hydrosphere that is means what? Water. Okay, hydro means what? That is water. This together we call as what? Biosphere. Okay, so see, biosphere means that include air, land, water, where one living organism that lives where one living organisms that lives what that is we call as biosphere. Is it clear? So see, biosphere means what? Biosphere that include that what air, land, water. So where that living organisms that live, that is what biosphere. Okay, it has what? This biosphere knows that biosphere means what? Where that living organisms that exist. Okay, so that's have four major parts. First one, terrestrial. First one is what? Terrestrial, which means what? That's on land. Okay, and the second one, that is aquatic. What is it? Aquatic. Aquatic means the living organism that lives, exists in water. And third one, arboreal. Arboreal means the organisms that lives on tree. And fourth one, that is called aerial. The organism that maximum spend their time on where? Air. That is what? Aerial. So these are the four types of habitat. Okay. So there are the four types of habitat. That's what terrestrial habitat, which means that's what land. Okay. The organisms that lives in where? Land. And aquatic habitat, which means that the organisms that exist in water. Arboreal habitat, the organisms that exist in tree. And aerial habitat, the living organism that maximum spend their time on where? Air. Okay, that is what? Aerial. Clear? Okay. So first one we are going to discuss it, that is what? Terrestrial habitat. Okay. Terrestrial habitat, which means what? The organisms that lives and move on land. The organism which lives and move on land are called what? Terrestrial habitat. Are called what? Terrestrial habitat. So in this habitat, actually this terrestrial habitat having the rapid fluctuations because of temperature and moisture. And this habitat is not a uniform. This habitat is not a uniform habitat. There are many barriers like a desert, river, mountains. The life on land that is depends upon what? Soil, air, temperature and what? Rainfall. Okay. So the terrestrial habitat, which means what? The terrestrial habitat, the organisms that lives and move on land. That is what? Terrestrial habitat. Terrestrial habitat having the rapid fluctuation of temperature and moisture. Okay. This habitat is not a uniform habitat because this having many barriers like a what? Mountain, deserts, river, etc. Okay. The lands that depends upon what? Air, soil, temperature and rainfall, etc. Terrestrial habitat, example what? Elephant. Then yes, which organism we are able to see on the land, they can able to move on the land, that is what? Terrestrial habitat. Okay. Ferns, elephant, camels and human beings, etc. These all things are what? Terrestrial habitat. Now we are going to discussing about that what? Aquatic habitat. What is it? Aquatic habitat. Aquatic habitat means what? The organism that lives in water. The organism that lives in water, that is what? Aquatic habitat. Okay. Here there is no fluctuation. This is the aquatic habitat that is fairly stable compared to what? Terrestrial habitat. Aquatic organisms are classified into two. One is in the fresh water and another one is in the marine water. Okay, freshwater organisms and what? Marine water organisms. Freshwater organisms means you know that what? In our pond, river, lakes and pond, river, lakes. In these water bodies, which organisms are exist, that is what? Freshwater organisms. And the marine water organism, which means what? Which animals that lives in where? Which organism? Which living organism that lives on where? Sea. Okay. Marine organism. That is what? Marine organism. Is it clear? Okay. Okay. And the third one, arboreal habitat. Arboreal habitat means the organisms that lives on where tree, which means the tree dwelling animals that we call as what arboreal habitat. What are the tree dwelling animals? Yes, monkeys, squirrel, etc. These are what tree dwelling animals. Okay, so these we call as what arboreal habitat. What arboreal habitat? Okay, and the next one we call next is that is fourth one, that is aerial habitat. Aerial habitat, that is we can also call as woolen habitat. What woolen habitat? Okay, aerial habitat or woolen habitat. Air is not a suitable medium for supporting life. Okay, air is not a suitable medium for supporting life, but few organisms that spend their maximum time where under air. Okay, so this we call as what aerial habitat or woolen habitat. Okay, can you give me some example for this aerial or woolen habitat? Yes, birds and some insects, these all things comes under where aerial or woolen habitat. I hope all of you understood this topic, microhabitat and the types of habitat. Thank you.